ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Holy sh! Guys, I just want to say thank you for all the kind words and the questions you've been asking, where I've been and things like that. Had a rough time this last month. I know I told you guys I was going away for a little bit, but that plan kind of changed. I was in the hospital for a while. I'm not going to get into too much detail right now. I don't want to bore you with that stuff, but because we have some weather to talk about, believe it or not, and that's why we're here. You're checking out the new Mimic chart. This thing's pretty cool. It's got some new features to it. I'll leave you the website in the description box below. But we have some activity going on in the ocean right now, in the Atlantic Ocean, down by Hurricane Alley, we like to call it, or the warm water belt near the equator. And we could see we have an invest actually coming right off the west coast of Africa. That's invest 15 right now. If you guys remember, we have tropical storm or post-tropical storm Melissa up in the northeast right now as well. We also have two other invests. You can see right here in the midline, right between South America and the west coast of Africa here, making its way towards the Leeward Islands. Potentially has the threat of becoming a cyclone. We don't know yet. It's still in the yellow. It's still in the 10 to 30% area. And we also have one kind of merging right here in the South Caribbean, which could pull up into the Gulf. So a lot to look out for in the Atlantic Ocean as far as hurricanes go. Remember, we're in hurricane season until November 1st, and that's just an estimate. We could go past that. It could die off well before that. We just got to keep an eye on it and make sure that we are aware of what's going on. Now, with that said, with this tropical storm nonsense we have going on here. This storm was actually kind of forming in this area, right in this gulf right here between North Carolina, Virginia, and then up through Connecticut and Massachusetts. This little pocket right here can actually affect the weather. And this is where it kind of formed, and then it was kind of sitting out here for a little bit, and then it kind of took off this way. So as of right now, this is a non-threat to the United States. I don't even think it'll make it up towards the Ireland area. I think it'll actually curl back down into the ocean and kind of get swallowed up by its own high-pressure systems. But guys, we got something else to talk about here. Here's another look at those possible hurricanes I was speaking of. And we got 15 right here. And please excuse my voice, guys. I haven't had a voice in like 2 weeks. Like I said, it has to do with the medical stuff I was going through, but it's all good now. I'm healing. Everything will be back to normal as far as my voice and things like that, and we are back to making videos, so that's all that matters here. But you can check it out. We got a nice little circle here of Atlantic Ocean disturbances going on for the middle part of October. But what I really have you here for, we're going to check out, is the potential for a bomb cyclone in the next 2 days over the northeast of the United States. Can you believe that? Well, we've had some crazy snow in the west, the northwest recently. That's currently moving into the Dakotas right now, and that's what's going to potentially be what we see going on in the northeast. Now we can see this rotation right here. This is the end of that storm. Basically, it kind of went over the Dakotas, and then it was counterclockwise spinning over the Great Lakes, dumping some snow in like Michigan, areas like that. Erie, New York got a little bit of snow. You can see that right here in the beginning of this chart. Northern New York, Syracuse, Ithaca, places like that got some dustings of snow. But for the middle part of October, it's a little rare to see heavy amounts of snow. So while we're watching the storm here, you can see the convergence is right here. The counterclockwise spin is right here. So the cold air is in place, and now we just need the moisture. And guess what? Here's the moisture right now. You can see it. Look at these lines here coming off the mountains here in different areas of the West. Idaho, we got Utah up in here. Colorado is even producing some of this stuff, and we could just see how the moisture breaks off, and then it kind of flat lines out over Minnesota, and then into the Great Lake areas. And then once this moisture hits the Great Lake areas, it's going to become snow because we already have the cold air in place right here coming down from Canada. So what I want to show you is this. The reason I say bomb cyclone. Now, if we've watched my channel in the past, we know that a bomb cyclone is formed when the high pressure here, or the low pressure, the high pressure of the low pressure drops down 24 millibars in 24 hours. So you can see here we are on October 17th. This is where the cyclone would peak right now. It could peak here. It could peak here. We don't know yet. But this is the outer version of what we're looking at, the higher up version, the farther away version, and here's the closer version that I'll show you in a minute. So, but what we want to look at is we want to watch this number right here. We can see how it says 996, and we are on October 17th. Now, watch what the number shows at the end of the 17th. Right here. So we went from 996 to 970. Now, what's the math there? You take 996 and minus 970, you get 26 left. That's the 26 millibar drop, which would definitely put it in the bombogenesis cyclone bomb cyclone category. Now, we remember not last March, but the previous March, we had 4 bomb cyclones in a row in that same exact month, one each week. And I believe it was every Thursday we had a bomb cyclone that dumped about a foot of snow, give or take, all over the Northeast. Now, this one is looking like it's out towards the east a little more, possibly in the Maine area, more towards Nova Scotia and these western or eastern parts of Canada. Now, when we take it a little bit closer here, we can get a little bit more detail of what we're going to see. And we'll back it up all the way to current time, which is right about now. This is about 6 hours from now. But you can see that low pressure system here with all that cold air that's being pushed down from Canada. So that's what's going to be the culprit here. That's what's going to make or break this storm if it does want to form into a bomb cyclone. More than less, this will be a wet, heavy snow, which is always a pain. But it makes it less of a stingy wind snow, if that makes sense to you. But no matter what you do, if you're in a bomb cyclone situation, and it looks like if it does become a bomb cyclone, it's going to affect the areas of southeastern Massachusetts, Long Island, Rhode Island, of course, and we got parts of Connecticut in there. All those areas that really stick off into the ocean are usually the hardest hit with these bomb cyclones when it comes to wind. Now, when it comes to snow, it's usually the inner parts of these states that get hit because it's a counterclockwise spin, just like a hurricane is. And just think about this for a second. We have a bomb cyclone going off with a post-tropical storm just a few hundred miles out into the ocean. I mean, talk about weather-changing stuff, guys. This is pretty crazy, and you're going to see a lot more of this on this channel. We're going to go rapid fire, and we're just going to talk about things that are happening no matter what it is. I don't even care anymore. It's going to be great. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to watch this on the Tropical Tidbits model now. So you can see right here, it's almost 2 separate pressures here. There's a low pressure up here, and there's going to be a low pressure here. You might not see the L, but I assure you there is a low pressure in that system right there. And it's 2 pressures that are going to pancake each other, and you got one here centralized over the Carolinas and Virginia, possibly even down towards Georgia, pulling up moisture from the Gulf and from the Caribbean itself, where we see that invest that we just talked about. So that's going to be pulling moisture across Florida. Florida's going to be seeing some rain, especially in the Panhandle and the northern parts of Florida above Lake Okeechobee. And then it's going to be pulling up this way, and it's going to start counterclockwizing right here. And then we have this part up here also counterclockwizing. This is what's mixing up in that big counterclockwise wind spiel that we saw that is honing in all the cold air from Canada. So it's almost 2 systems right there. You can see that. Right here, here's 1, here's 2, and here's where they're measuring the low pressure. So at first the low pressure is in this top one here, and then it jumps over to this one, and this becomes the low pressure that is steering this storm. And then we got 986 right there, and then we got 970 right there. So 970 by the time it reaches Maine and centralizes over that area. And look how tight these lines are, guys. That's going to be some heavy, heavy wind if this stays true. Now, I'll back it up one more time, and I'll show you this, and I'll let you guys go because my throat is killing me right now. But I'm glad to be back, guys. Seriously, it's been a long time. It's been about 33 days since I posted a video. I wish it wasn't that long. But those of you that I've been talking to on Instagram and stuff like that and Twitter, you guys know the deal. And if you want to get in touch with me, guys, Instagram and Twitter is the best way to talk to me outside of these videos. I do read the comments. I do answer all the comments. But again, it's been hard to update people on YouTube when I can't make videos. So I've been updating on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter would be Into Thin Air, and then Instagram would be Into Thin Air News, all one word. But again, guys, this is what we're possibly dealing with in the next 2 days. October 17th, you see it right there. Today's the 14th. We could be dealing with very heavy, wet, sticky snow all over the Northeast. That includes New York, Pennsylvania, parts of even West Virginia could be involved in this. Delaware, the Chesapeake Bay areas. We could be talking about Vermont, New Hampshire. Well, actually, we'll certainly be talking about them because they're in the limelight of this whole thing. So, guys, that's what I got for you for now. Again, I'm so happy to be back. Sorry if I'm loud right now. I'm trying to push my voice out because I don't have one. But, guys, we're back and we're better than ever. That's my quote for the day. Better than ever. I feel great. Everyone around me feels great. My family's been around me. It's been just a lot of ups and downs, but we're finally moving straight up now. And again, I just want to thank each and every one of you that reached out and was wondering where I was and well wishes and stuff like that. Everything's great. It couldn't be better. I'm better now than I was before I left you guys last month. So with that said, we're going to be back here every day doing our thing, and I appreciate all the support, guys. And we're going to keep an eye on this Bomba Cyclone, Bomba Genesis nonsense, and I'll be back to explain it to you more tomorrow, actually. If not, maybe later tonight, but chances are tomorrow. I got to get some rest. But we're back in business here, guys. All right, thank you so much. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.